All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the WSBA live here on Twitch, the Wolverine Studios Basketball Association, our Wolverine Studios sponsored league of Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2021. I want to welcome in all of our followers tonight, especially our subscribers who are supporting the channel and all the content that we're putting out during the week. So thank you to our subscribers. As always, I remind you, if you have Twitch or if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch Prime account to that, and then you can sub to a Twitch channel free every month. We appreciate everybody who subs to this channel and renews it every single month. That helps us out. That supports our efforts doing the stream, and it's a small way you can show your support for our company and our channel. So I see we've got some of the guys in the channel already. Sophisticated Films, Genie, GM Games, Chris, Kid Coffee, Black, Timmy M, and Coolest Jedi. We're going to have a great stream tonight. There has been a flurry of trade activity in the league over the past couple days. A couple of big trades went down. So let's start tonight by recapping those. We got on the transaction screen here. We can see Denver shipped a couple of first-round picks out to Portland for Ross Barrett. Ross is currently averaging 22.3 points per game, 4.9 assists, 4 rebounds. An interesting move for Denver because this is a team that had talked about tanking for the number one pick. That's been their strategy all season long, and it's interesting that they gave up those picks for Barrett. So we'll see how that works out for Denver. We'll see if that takes them off course there. And then the one announced today, Brooklyn making a big play for our league leader in scoring currently, Brent Delea, as he goes from Indiana to Brooklyn, averaging almost 30 a game. And that's not a 30 from just a week or two into the season. We are halfway into December already. So Brent is the real deal here, and that's going to be a very interesting move for Brooklyn as they become one of the teams. I think they already were, but I think this gives them an even better chance to challenge Chicago. As we look at the Eastern standings, Brooklyn currently sits in 6th place, but I have a feeling they'll be moving up real soon in the standings. And Cards, good to see you. You haven't missed anything. We're just starting up here. It's good to see you're working on a new college basketball save. That's what I like to see. So let's get with it. Let's get on to the games here. As we see, we've got quite a good slate to start. And here we go. Cards is ready for early access on College Basketball 21. I'm ready to get it out there too. It's getting close. We've been having a lot of fun in the developer dynasty streams with that. Chicago goes down. A surprise loss there to Detroit. That is a big surprise there. Wow. So right off the bat here, we got a shocker. Detroit steps up and gets the win. I will at the Slack channel. Just to remind everybody. And Breeze, welcome to the chat. Let's take a look here. Brooklyn gets a win. We got to see this box score for Chicago and Detroit to see what happened. What went wrong for the Bison? Minus 26 out of Hawkins, their starter. Detroit, their starters just balled out, and they did a great job. So Chicago is beatable, as we see. Golden State's done it a couple times. And Detroit, not one of the power teams in the league. They get the job done. And Delea with, in his debut for Brooklyn, Only 19 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and 7 steals. The guy is all over the place defensively. And new look Portland with a victory over Minnesota. Cleaver, as mentioned, comes through big, 25 and 17. That's a huge double-double for Cleveland there, for Portland. All right, let's move on. To the 17th 5-game schedule here. Denver on the schedule here. Let's see what happens there. Toronto picks up a win. Milwaukee starting to get moving now with Foreman. OKC, no surprise there. And Denver picks up a win. We'll see what happens with Denver now, because I have a feeling that Denver, I think is pushing themselves out of that number one, seed. Although we do have the modern lottery, so just being the worst team, alone doesn't give you the best chance anymore. But let's check out their box score real quick. And Barrett did not play coaches this. Oh, he's got a sprained ankle. I was gonna say, wait, this is a real tank job if their coaching staff grabbed him and then sat him out. It would be next level tank action there. But we'll see what happens with him. Washington with a huge victory over New York. Cleveland back on the winning streak. Detroit is making some noise as they beat Chicago and now Philly. A high-scoring affair there with Miami and Utah. Chicago gets their revenge back, and they beat me. Cleveland, not enough for Portland there. Minnesota, surprise. Wow, we've got a back-to-back wins for Denver. Everything up is down. White is black here. It's just a crazy world here in the first couple days of this sim. I've got to make a note too for myself. I'll try for the next sim to speed up the D-League games so that they move along quicker. I don't know how interested we are in checking out the D-League results. Curtis Toney drops 53 for Utah. We haven't said his name a whole lot. But that is his season high there, 53. Danny Brum, he was traded in the Memphis and Portland deal. He picks up a nice game there. As Memphis picked up a win over San Antonio. No games on the slate for the 19th except the D-League, so we'll move through those. We should see Barrett coming in for Denver. He should be over his sprained ankle now. So the next Denver game, we'll see that. But yeah, 2 wins without Barrett. I guess Jedi, the Peaks are inspired by having a really good player now. So we'll see. We'll see how he does against New Orleans here. Battle of LA tonight too. The Commodores and the Waves. Philly on a losing streak. Toronto picks up another one. Denver has made it 3 in a row. Barrett with almost a triple-double there. So Denver with one fell swoop has started to move up the standings here. Winners of 3 straight in this sim. And Barrett's certainly impressive in his debut with the Peaks there. Well, a couple of injuries there popping up. We might want to we'll just save and then pull over to the injury report and see what we got going on here. Let's check out for big time injuries. McDonald's still out for Cleveland. Eric Carlisle for Golden State has suffered a mild concussion. He's going to be out a little bit. A couple of injury for the Racers. Nothing too major there. Ricky Lawson has strained his knee for New Orleans. He's out until the new year. I don't know if we talked about Lonnie Washburn's injury last time. For Phoenix, he was having a decent season, but he's done. He is done for the year. All right, December 21st. 6 games on the slate here. Let's see what happens. There's Delea leading Brooklyn to another win. Detroit is coming on strong here. Wins over Washington, Philly, and Chicago. OKC, another win. Cleveland, still not enough to get Portland a W there. But Detroit, wow, I mean, Detroit and Denver are the story of this sim so far. Just goes to show you, nobody's out of this thing yet. Go back and yeah, we got spam in the channel now, so we've arrived here. OKC beat Memphis. Yeah, Detroit doing some work here. Riggs 41 for Dallas. He's been at the top of the scoring heap a bunch of times already this year. Bootsy Midgley, as mentioned, he had a good game with 32. Cleaver with 16. Midgley with 16 boards. There's Clarence Hopper again. He's always on the leaderboard. All right, 6 games on the 22nd. Boston picks up a win over Cleveland. Atlanta stops Milwaukee. OKC, not a surprise there, beating Charlotte. Indiana on that tank train. Orlando with a victory finally. Sorry, Cards. Another chance to take out the boss. Didn't happen. You forgot that cheat code, Cards. Orlando's got it out for Philly. It's the only team we can beat. The only team we can consistently beat is Philly. I don't understand it, but if we could get more Philly on the schedule, that would be great. He thinks it's the free throw cheat code. Let's see. Did we do it at the line? We were 21 for 28. Only 5 more free throws than the Freedom got. So, nope, can't blame it on that one. And we shot like crap from 2 and 3. So, Kirk Brewer came through with a big game. Finally. Not that it's likely to matter much for my Orlando team. We got a big slate of games here on the 23rd. And Washington already looking for a new coach. Carlos Jackson, a triple-double and a loss. Chicago comes back. Milwaukee stomps Orlando. There you go, Cards. They beat Larry Logan in the Miami Burn. Washington with a big win. Keith Oliver and Brent Delea. That is going to be a dangerous combination in Brooklyn. Detroit finally gives up 40 for Barrett as Denver wins again. There's Portland getting a W. Golden State back with their winning ways. Utah and Phoenix pick it up. Warren had a big stat line for Philly. We'll go check that out. And yeah, I think KO and Delea are going to be trouble for anybody who's facing Brooklyn. We are almost to Christmas. Where's Philly? We had a big stat line from Warren to check out. 36 points, 18 boards, 17 assists. Guess he's a little upset about that loss to Orlando and took it out on Miami. And Brooklyn's offense is just going to be crazy now. Look at this. Oliver, 42. Delea, 25. Tarkanian, 25. You're going to have to put up some points if you want to compete with Brooklyn. A quick look around the standings before we move on to the second half of the sim. In the East, Chicago, still rolling. Boston, Toronto, Washington, Philly, Brooklyn, all of them making it interesting in that group. Detroit is coming on. They're 5-5 in their last 10, but they've had a good start this time. Milwaukee 7-3 in their last 10, getting back in the hunt. Orlando, Cleveland starting to fall backwards. Out west, Oklahoma City and Golden State still with comfortable leads. OKC has won 10 in a row. Portland has gotten themselves into the 8th spot. Memphis, losers of 2 straight, in the 7th spot. And Denver, with their 4-game winning streak, still not out of the last spot in the West, but they have surpassed Charlotte now. Charlotte, the worst team in the league, hoping for that number 1 pick. Denver could be putting themselves in a rough situation, though, because they could win enough games in the West to get themselves just short of the playoffs. Ross Barrett, player of the week for Denver. So he moves over to Denver and immediately wins player of the week. Christmas Eve sim, Oklahoma City with a win. Charlotte with another loss. New Orleans keeps the foot on the gas. Denver, almost 50 from Barrett. Man, maybe Barrett was mad he got traded to a worse team. Barrett has just gone crazy. Looks like Indiana should have gotten more stuff in that deal. Early returns certainly favoring Denver there, as Barrett goes for 48 and 12. Sean Roberts and Shada Sambatashvili, both with 30-point games for OKC. They're going to be tough to beat. I think it will come down to OKC and Golden State in the West. The West isn't as competitive at the top as the East is. Christmas Day games. Interesting slate with Chicago, Milwaukee. Of course, my team is scheduled for Christmas Day. Washington, Miami, Brooklyn, Minnesota, Phoenix and Portland, and Detroit and Utah. Milwaukee with the surprise win over Chicago. Orlando with a surprise win. Washington gets their 21st win of the season. Brooklyn Oliver and DeLea again. Portland, another victory. Detroit's coming back to earth a little bit as well. Jeannie, I don't know how Golden State didn't end up on the Christmas Day schedule. They should have been there instead of my team, that's for sure. But my team got a gift and got a Christmas Day win. I'm really impressed at what that trade has done for Denver, though. Denver 10-22 now. And a chance to extend that win streak against Houston here on the 26th. Toronto, no surprise over Cleveland. Indiana beats Philly. Philly is struggling right now. Denver finally drops one as Barrett only had 23. Golden State led by Lee Taylor with another game. OKC, the first, I think, to 30 wins. I don't know what's going on with Philly cards. You seem to be able to take down the top teams, but they just don't show up when it's the lower level teams. So interesting times in Philly there. Indiana trades their best player and still beats Philly. Only a 4-game slate. Here we go. Orlando and Washington. Van, I saw that in the chat. Let's go. New York upsets Portland. Milwaukee getting close to 500 again. Oops. Orlando doesn't even bother to show up against Washington. And Phoenix picks up a W. Greensboro, the D-League affiliate for Charlotte, 11-4. Now with many more wins than the pro team. Maybe they should make some call-ups there or something. And get some help. Where is Rizzo? Hey, Cards, if you need a small forward, check out my team. I'm sure I've got one. My team could use some trades. Foreman with 49 for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's making that comeback. Chicago, they get their 30th win. Charlotte drops another one. Denver in the revenge game against Indy. OKC, a surprising loss to San Antonio there. Detroit had a great start to the sim, and then it's just fallen off the track. That seems to be their MO. They play a couple of really good games, and then they're just awful. And everybody likes to see Charlotte on the schedule, apparently, right now. I like to see Charlotte. I like to see Philly on the schedule. But that's it for me. I don't want to play anybody else. Just give me all Philly and Charlotte. I saw some more injuries come up. We'll take a quick look and make sure it wasn't anything serious. Cleveland just decimated right now with injuries, as if the injury to McDonald wasn't enough. Denver loses Vyacheslav Yablakov to a strained hammy for a week and a half. I lost a couple of guys. Broken finger and a strained calf. Not that it's going to make that much of a difference for my team. And that's about it. All right, let's finish up the sim, and then we'll take a look around at see how things finish out here. Portland and Washington, that ought to be a good game. And Philly and Houston, that should be interesting as well. Atlanta pulls the upset in Boston. Larry Logan, too much for Orlando. Washington gets the win. Philly gets back on the right side of things with a win. New Orleans is, nobody's talked much about them, but they're coming alive. And next week, a raffle at the games with the fans, with winners getting playing time. That's a good one. Cleveland needs, they just need bodies. Anybody. Whatever healthy bodies they can find, they're going to throw out here. Warren with another big game for Philly, 33-16. It seems like when Warren plays well, Philly plays well. If you can shut down Warren, though, I think you've got a chance to beat Philly. 2 sim days left in the month. 2 sim days left in the year of 2020. Brooklyn, not enough for Toronto. That's an interesting game. That could come down to a playoff matchup. Wow, Oklahoma City just shredded Cleveland and their fans from the stands, the concession stand guy, whatever. Orlando with the surprise win over Utah. Washington over Denver. Charlotte still not winning games. New Orleans, another win. Cleveland, that may have been the lowest score we've seen this. 69 points, I think. I don't know if we've seen anything that low. That may be a new low for the franchise there. Van asks, is Hopper hurt? We'll check it out. A couple more injuries there. Washington-Denver game. Barrett dropped 35. Hopper, only 12 minutes. Maybe an in-game injury? Let's see. Three games straight that he didn't start and played very limited minutes. He did have a sore leg. Got hurt on Christmas, so Hopper trying to give it something off the bench. He should be good to go now, though. And we have to look at this box score with the 69 points for Cleveland. A minus 44. Well, this is what happens when everybody's injury. You get to play 7 guys. Harrison even gets in for 4 minutes. Manny Harrison gets 4 minutes of game time there. Just a brutal. Look at the 72 points in the paint for OKC. And Van wants to fire his coach again. All right, final sim here. Sean Foreman, WSBA Player of the Week. Jermaine Jones from Utah is not happy with his playing time. I don't think we have a Utah owner, but the AI may make a move there. So here we go. We'll finish up the year 2020 here. Cleveland with a big win there and a triple-double from Derek Taylor. Detroit finishes the year with a win. So does Phoenix over Memphis. So there you go, Bravo leader. Cleveland picks up a win right there at the end of the year. Happy New Year for the Cleveland Knights. And as soon as the D-League finishes up here, we'll save and take our final look around the league as we get ready to move into January 2021. So standings-wise, in the East, obviously Chicago got some space at the top with 31 wins. Boston, Toronto, Washington, Philly, and Brooklyn all hanging tight in that group. The playoffs in the East are going to be rough. I think that 3, 4, 5, 6, that initial round is going to be brutal for those teams to get through. So finishing second in the East could be a big feather in somebody's cap. Washington's won 5 straight. Milwaukee has won 4 straight. They're making a push. And Miami here hanging on to the 8th spot by just half a game right now. Detroit, really, even Indiana is not out of it here. Charlotte is obviously not going to do anything here. But, if any of these teams get on a roll, you can't tell me they can't get that 8th spot. I think Milwaukee's probably playing more like they should. So the top 7 in the East are probably how they're going to be. But I think that 8th spot is up for grabs. In the West, OKC leading with 31 wins. That is the league best record, 31-4. Golden State, 6-game winning streak of their own. As Jeannie points out, they are comfortably in second. New Orleans, 8-2 in their last 10 as well. LA, Utah, Memphis, Portland, Minnesota has lost 4. Houston, San Antonio, Phoenix, Dallas. I would say at least Phoenix, San Antonio, and Houston probably still have a shot at that 8th spot. Denver looked like they were going to make a push up the standings there, but doesn't look like that is going to work out there for them. Denver, I wonder if they're going to end up kind of like in no man's land and end up with the 6th or 7th pick. They might win enough games to get out of the bottom, but not enough to get to the playoffs. And yes, Cards with his in the stream mentioned that Milwaukee, Miami, and Portland would be playoff teams, and sure enough, although Portland is 4-6 in their last 10, so they're not exactly world beaters here. It's a lot of losing going on here in the Western Conference. League leaders, real quick. Sean Foreman is now the league leader in points, 29.3. DeLea has moved to second. Stackhouse, our early leader, has fallen to third. James Warren leading the league with 10.3 assists per game. Danny Brum, 14.6 rebounds per game. Sean Roberts, 3.1 blocks. And Ryan Sankis, we haven't talked much about him, getting the job done defensively for Sacramento. So that was a really exciting sim. I think we had, we had some surprise upsets. Detroit started off strong, as did Denver. And I think heading into January now, we've definitely started to get the playoff picture a little bit more clear. I think there's still a lot of teams in it, a lot of teams with a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know about to make a deep run. I think the East is going to be very brutal for whoever comes out of there, and OKC or Golden State probably coming out of the West at this point. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. It was an excellent chat, an excellent stream. We had great viewership on the stream, so I'm glad the later time seemed to work out pretty good. We'll probably stick with this time for a little bit. And thank you everybody else who's joined us and following the channel and subscribing to the channel. This is a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for coming out. Reminder that we will probably have the College Football Developer Dynasty for the last time on Friday, as that game is closing out first access. And on next Tuesday we will have the College Basketball Developer Dynasty, as that one is getting close to first access. So we've got a lot of great new games coming out here, and a lot of great content on our Twitch channel. So make sure you're following us everywhere, and keep checking us out. So thanks, guys. Good stream, and we'll see you next week here for the WSBA.